was gonna be like, your phone makes you look like you have a bigger head than normal.
Oh, no, we don't want to talk about who has the bigger head between the two of us, sir.
I know.
I'm sorry. See, as you can see.
Well, I mean, I know I'm pretty. Well,
You didn't see that.
Man, karma's great, isn't it?
You didn't see that. That didn't just happen, you know.
I see him rolling.
Good thing nobody's actually watching right now. You know, we don't have anybody actually out here right now.
See that right at the beginning? We're not gonna cut that out.
So, you know, I'm just gonna.
I'm so glad I didn't drink my water when
I'm
that
just
happened.
gonna keep on going right now. Anyway, I meant to go watch Dexter.
I was like, what are your legs like weak?
No, I was
we're gonna be talking about today. He's like, oh, get your bitch.
Oh, that's funny. No,
Cammy.
I didn't even think about that. I meant to go watch Dexter. I didn't get a chance
How could
to
you?
as of yet. I really think you need to watch This Is Us. That is such a great show.
Is there a sequel called That Is Them?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No. So, but anyway, as you saw from the title, I should probably not do that because that's what happened to me before.
Sure.
We are talking about scantily clad video game characters, and I just brought up.
If you want me to be honest with you, I never heard the word scantily until today.
Really?
From you.
Yeah, it's like a really, really old word. Pretty much means, you know, you don't have a lot of clothes on, and you're walking around very seductively. And
well, if we were to use today's terms, as you know,
you're a thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Yes. That's very very good. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna grab one of the video games we have in here that we actually just talked about. And if you're on, comment. We're going to try something today. So all of you that come on, comment, let us know your thoughts, share the video. But yeah, we're going to try some stuff today as well with those of you who are chiming in to get your thoughts on what we had to talk about. But Brandon's going to talk to you for a minute about any updates or anything going on.
But on a side note, well, why you go do that? So on a side note, again, I forgot to wear my Gamer Gear shirt. But I just want to take this time right now to thank them for the shirts that they've given us. And they're a really awesome place. They got a lot of awesome, great shirts, especially some that have controllers on them. I'm still jealous about Christian for having one, but anyways, that's beside the point. And I might be looking to get more, maybe, but I'm actually going to try to get some with controllers on them. They gave me 2, so I feel special. But it makes me feel bad because I haven't yet to wash them. So because of that, that's why I keep forgetting to wear them. So thank you for that. Anyway, so Christian, what is the game that you are grabbing right now that is apparently related to this topic?
Well, before I show you the cover of this game...
That still has a great story, by the way.
Okay, point taken. But I want to ask, also, kind of tied into what we talked about on Tuesday, are video games going away from being kid-friendly? Because as we see with the PS2, which we talked about the other day, there's such a wide variety of games in the PS2 that kids can play and also adults can play. But now with the new gen consoles, it seems like there's more mature games coming out. I'll say for the PS4 and the Xbox One, less so for the Nintendo, because you still got the Mario and Splatoon and all of those titles. So less so on the Nintendo side, but really on the PlayStation and the Xbox side, are they veering away from titles and games that kids can actually play?
In all honesty, on how I feel about that, you're right on Nintendo. Nintendo really doesn't have anything like that, and that's fine. But even there's some game. The only one I could say that, in my honest opinion, that's closely within that ballpark range is Bayonetta 2. But even then, the game itself was fine. The story itself was great. Still a sequel from the first one on the 360. And there's some people within the 14 or age 13 plus range that still played it, even despite what was on it, because it was still a fun game. Sometimes you even look past that. But I will say that Xbox's market is generally towards, I will say, 18 plus. That's just generally from the titles I've been seeing released, and they do have some for kids, like the Lego games and etc. But
for the most part,
it's generally shooters or anything like that. Like I will say, like the ones that could kind of keep them still in there is like the Street Fighter games or any fighting game in general. Even Tekken would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But anything like Halo, Gears of War, etc. Call of Duty, even though Call of Duty is generally targeted towards adults, still a bunch of kids play it. I don't understand.
Are they supposed to be playing that?
But I mean, hey, I can't. I can't restrict on whoever's having their kids play whatever games, but
yeah, but
it is what it is.
I mean, people have come in. People have come in. I can't tell you how many customers have come in with their kids looking for games on the 360, or even the ones that. And believe it or not, people actually pay attention to the rating that's on the. I'm sorry, somebody just to the rating that's on the game. And they've actually asked. They said, what is there that my son can play? I don't want anything rated M. And I had the most difficult time going through.
For Xbox, because there really isn't a lot.
Yeah, exactly right.
All they have is generally like fighting games. Like I said, would be okay. There's hardly any. There are some games like I could say like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts would be okay, but even then that game isn't so great. The Lego games would be okay, maybe some racing games, but other than that, like generally most of their titles is within the higher up age range.
Right, and I saw this, and now my co-host said this game has a very, very great storyline. I'd kind of be nervous about playing it based off of the cover and kind of what. But I wouldn't say I would be nervous anymore. But
he's being poisoned, everyone.
Yeah,
because if you touch this game, Christian, you're already seeping into the darkness. I'm telling you right now.
You serious? You serious? I mean, but based off this cover here,
it's just Catherine,
and you see where the gentleman is placed. So please enlighten us. Brandon, what is this game about?
Catherine.
That's not a good start.
No, it's not really
That's not a good...
on the good start or anything, but...
Does it have anything to do with the cover?
It's kind of like me. If you want to know the gist of the story, it's literally right there on the back. So I don't have
Vincent
to,
is trapped in a nightmare, facing a choice of marrying his longtime girlfriend, Catherine, or moving on to the incredible blonde he just woke up to... What? And named... beautiful, incredible blonde he just woke up next to, named Catherine. The worst part is, if he makes the wrong choice, he would end up dead. Hang out, drink, send texts, and watch the story unfold. So...
It is a campaign, and it's influenced on the choices you make throughout the game to get you to your ending.
Okay.
So it's another one of those kind of games, but it was done in its own style. Like, it's not as much as Persona side, because Persona is one of those games that is heavily influenced on even like the slightest selective dialogue you choose. So basically, whatever choices you make in there affects your overall, story throughout the game, which is fine. Like, I love games that are like that. That's why I really enjoyed it.
But
I mean, what's the word? I mean, if we want to talk about, I think that's the wrong word I want to use. Provocative.
Yes. Yeah. Look, you've been using your word today, toilet tissue.
Oh shit.
Very good.
It's like nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
I hate that. I hate that when people use words that they've heard other people use and they think they're using it in the right context, but they're totally not.
Did I use it right?
You did. No, I'm not talking about you.
Okay, well, I was just curious if I used it right or not.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm pretty sure there's, like, general audiences that, I know Catherine itself was generally targeted towards a more mature audience, and that's fine. I mean, if you want me to choose a game to compare for this, it's a fighting game, but, it looked pretty beautiful, to say the least. It's Dead or Alive.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. I was absolutely going to get to that.
Dead or Alive, we have Kasumi, Ayane, Hitomi,
I mean, look,
Tina,
I think
Christy, Helena.
I think it was the Xbox Was it the Xbox version?
It was on
no,
the
the Xbox hadn't come out yet. It was the PlayStation version. Whatever version it was, it might have been Dreamcast. I don't know. But I remember.
Dead or Alive 3 came out on the Xbox.
Well, there was one I remember. My mom was like, "Turn that off," because there was a feature you could turn on and off where when the females were fighting, some bouncing took place, and I had no idea that.
He just wanted to see some pillows flying around.
Yeah, no,
Pillow fight.
No, I was like 9. I was like 9.
I know, like we don't know the difference. We're just there, like we're just playing.
Oh no, I knew the difference because when they started floating around, I was like, "Hey,
like that's funny."
Yeah.
Like you thought it was
honestly,
funny, but
yeah, you know what? I did. My mind didn't go anywhere like crazy. I was just,
it didn't start hitting that until
like,
you hit around the 12 to 14.
Yeah,
inch.
it was just like.
And now you're just like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't know why I'm enjoying this. That's later on, but
wow.
For me,
that's weird.
Well, I guess I could say when I was quote first exposed to that was Dead or Alive 3. But I didn't think of it,
Yeah, no.
As anything like that. I was just like, oh, I just want to play the girl. Like, in all honesty, like you would think, like, for me, like I would probably like pick generally like the male characters, but no, like in almost every game I played, I always chose a female.
Why?
Just cause I felt like it made me different in a way. Like like I can't really put my finger on it. But no, first person I played on Dead or Alive 3, Kasumi. Just because I thought it was cool.
No, I mean, I can't blame me because I always love playing as Chun-Li or Cammy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did play as Ryu, Ken, and all of them, but I love Cammy. And they have some dope. Cammy has some dope moves too.
Yeah,
so.
but I'm just saying, like that was like during the time when you weren't like really figuring out yourself until time goes on. But
wait,
like,
what? What?
No, I was saying like generally around that age per se, like. When you picked a girl character when you were at that age and everybody around you watches like, oh, you picked a girl, oh, you're funny, and then you're just like, oh,
Oh.
Let's just say if you were a guy and you got My Little Pony toys instead just because you liked it.
Gotcha.
Something like that.
Now, okay, yeah. No, well, the people I played with, I mean, they were all characters. So
No, that wasn't the crowd I was generally around with when I was younger.
I mean,
eventually I grew past that.
My older brother punched me in the chest a couple times. I picked the dude. I was like, all right.
Oh my god.
Like, jeez. I mean, I did. I picked Ryu. I picked Ken. I picked,
Ryu's
Blanca.
downright fierce.
Yeah, I picked Blanca. I played this.
That, did you?
Ryu's downright fierce. Nah. I legit will not play a game that requires you to play as a female. Oh. Interesting. Tell us more, Bronson.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
let me see.
If that's how that's put...
Hey, Bronson, let me see if you can actually tell us personally why you would not do that.
All I have to do is just tap his name.
No, it's not letting me do it. Oh. Yeah, it is. This could be our first live.
Could be.
If he accepts it. History in the making, people. Bronson, let's see if he can accept it.
If not, I mean, we can still get Richard if he comes by later.
Yeah, Richard.
Or Luis. I think Luis had his, I don't know what he was doing last night. He posted some pictures up last night. And he looked pretty swag. Well, not swag, I will say pretty fancy.
Bronson declined. But, okay, if you're not in the position to actually come on with us, type it in, why you wouldn't play a game. Sorry, I just got out the show. Oh!
But it's all good. Like, everybody has...
That's interesting. No, but no, tell us why you, not that it's right or wrong, but that's an interesting, interesting
everybody
take.
has their choices. Like, there's some games I absolutely can't stand playing. Everybody has their own reasons, but I really haven't heard that reason in a good while.
Yeah, that's...
now, if he has it like that, does that mean he would never touch any of the Tomb Raider games?
Well, Bronson, would you not play, so do you not play Tomb Raider? Or, what's that other one?
You could even do Mass Effect because you get the choice of being a boy or
yeah, or Enter the Matrix.
Pokemon.
There's so many...
You still have a choice, but...
Yeah, Enter the Matrix, you do have a choice. But that's a very good point with Tomb Raider. Cause
required Perfect Dark.
Yeah, because you have to,
Well, I don't care.
But Tomb Raider, that was really really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did we get on that? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
because you're getting teased. No.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I played as a lot of different characters.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, a lot of them had funny moves like Anna and Tekken.
Anna and Nina. The
Anna and
dynamic duo.
Nina, yes. I think a legit. Wait, pause. I don't know why this just popped in my head. Why haven't we gotten the Thundercats video game yet?
Because they're not loose yet. Thundercats are loose.
I want to know why we haven't gotten the Thundercats video game. I
Where's my
mean,
movie?
oh, did you see that fan trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was sick. Really, really made me want it. But yeah, I need the Thundercats video game. But anyway, where are we at? Yes, no, Into the Matrix.
Yes.
Yeah, you get your choice. But no, I wasn't. I wasn't teased too much for playing. I mean, because like the people I played around, you pick who you want to play as and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah. Do you think sex sells video games, or do
No.
you think that's the direction they're gonna be going?
No, not even.
I remember I had to test play. You guys, I had to test play Beautiful Joe, and I hadn't played it before.
He started the adult beginning.
Yeah, he was here when I did. I was just
I was
like,
dying because he's never seen it.
I was kind of like,
But, at that age, I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" I'm like, it says adult or older. I forgot what it said. Like basically, you get the choice of a beginning you want. I didn't want to go for the normal one because I was feeling quote unquote dangerous. Ooh.
yeah.
For example, I played Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and it irritated me that it plays as his twin sister. I guess it's the same viewpoint that females have about not having an option to play as a female character in male-dominated games, probably. Let's see more. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me read that again. I played as Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and it irritated me. I wasn't paying attention.
Wow!
Irritated
Andy
me
doesn't
that
pay attention to
it
me.
had
No,
to
man,
play
you'll be a
as
terrible
his
father.
twin sister. I guess it's the same viewpoint that females had about not having an option to play as a female. Oh,
It's
so would
somewhere
you?
along the line.
Yeah. So would you play Tomb Raider, Bronson? Are you ready to talk to us now, Bronson? We really want to get you into the broadcast
Mm-hmm.
or somebody.
But either way, like, that's understandable because there are a lot of games out there that make you generally play as a guy. Now they're having more options as to well, I don't want to really say like more options, but they're basically making it more open.
You mean like playing as Coco and Crash?
Yeah, because you didn't even really play as Coco and Crash until Warped.
Yeah, and even then
back.
you
Even then you only played it on
ride that stupid tiger.
But Purr's awesome. How dare you? You had to ride it on. You had to play with her on Purr's levels, and I think there's one that you had to fly in a plane, if I remember, in space. I think it was versus Engen, and then the last one would be when you're on not a hoverboat, but a jet ski. Thank you. Holy crap!
But I think I think we need to remember that because like I remember I was playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and it's interesting how they formulate. Well, no, not just no, but
you have no taste.
It's interesting how they formulate some of these games because I remember I had Storm, Miss Marvel, Jean Grey, and Invisible Girl, and I got like a boost. It was called Femme Fatale, and so it added an additional damage to the attacks that we did. And so it was interesting. I found it interesting that they did that. It was a while before I put another team. Now, of course, like the X-Men had their own. If you put the X-Men together, or if you put the Fantastic Four together, which random trivia about me. For the longest, I couldn't get that right. I kept calling them Four Fantastic.
And Bronson said probably not. Like I think all games should have an option to play as either sex to make both parties happy, and I can't go live because you got to get dressed with some girls.
Oh, got you. No.
Trying to catch him in the nudes in the shower, Christian.
No. We're supposed to tell him.
What? Exposed truths live at 11. He's weak.
I'm sorry, Bronson. This just got super, super awkward with this guy here. But
Don't
anyway,
be blushing, Christian.
yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like I wouldn't mind seeing they had more games that gave you.
Well, and that's why I asked if the Uncharted series was kind of like the male answer to Tomb Raider.
I could understand it. I mean, those games were fine. They were good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like thinking about that in that way, it does make sense. But overall, I still believe Tomb Raider is better.
Why?
Just because I personally prefer Tomb Raider over Uncharted, even though they were both good.
Gotcha.
And also, I always lean more towards Square Enix anyway. And Square Enix was the one that's done the recent Tomb Raider games.
Gotcha.
But they still do a good job regardless.
But I still think they do some suggestive things to sell these games. I mean, have you seen how Katana and Melina look in the Mortal Kombat series?
And
They do that on purpose.
have you not seen Injustice?
No.
No, I mean, there's no way I would want to buy a game just so I can look at girls.
Oh, they're. Let me not say that. Okay.
You were saying
Nothing.
exposed truths live at 11.
No. It was nothing like that. But I don't know. I think it's an aspect. I think there's a certain aspect and a certain selling point to it. I mean, for instance, WWE. I remember they put a bra and panties match in the game, starting with "Here Comes the Pain," and it was in there.
Didn't they do that sometimes with generally WWE matches anyway?
No, that's
sometimes.
Actual in real life WWE matches, yeah, but it wasn't an actual game. And I remember it was in Here Comes the Pain. I'm probably going to piss off some people. Excuse my language, but I just feel like
more of a badass when I play as a male in games. Not to mention I don't want to run around skipping clothing. Well, I mean, you could just go on Sky. Well, wait, I think you can. Yeah, if you go on Skyrim, make a female character, and you still wear like a shit ton of armor.
Well, no, I mean I get your point, Bronson. I mean because when I feel more emasculated when I score a touchdown as a big linebacker, and I wouldn't. It would kind of lose its effect if I had to play as. Oh, I'm about to get in trouble.
And boy, are you gonna hate playing Zarya on Overwatch.
Why?
She's a bodybuilder that's gonna wreck your shit.
I don't want my stuff yet.
And she's Russian, so you know damn well she's gonna destroy you.
Anyway,
with those glutes.
As I was saying, no, I think there's a certain selling aspect to it because the Braun Panty match was in Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown versus Raw, and I think it was all the way through 2000 and no, it was only in 2 games, and then in 2006 they had a Fulfill Your Fantasy match, which you dressed up as a French maid or something, some other stupid. Why else would you put that in there?
I mean, probably some people that probably enjoyed it, never seen too much of it, so they made a game on it. How's it going?
Yeah. I don't know. But it found it interesting. A general wrestling game, even if you include some of the females in there. I don't know why there would be a need for that type of a match.
Well, since this kind of wasn't like this is still falls under the same topic we were going to initially talk about.
Hey, CJ.
CG.
CJ.
You want to come back here again? Because I know you haven't been here in a while.
It has been a while.
Come on back here.
Is he asking about the hentai again?
CG.
No.
What's going on?
How's it going, guys?
Good to see you again. We haven't seen this guy in a while, huh?
Introduce yourself.
So,
I'm Richard. You see me posted up all the time.
mm-hmm.
Finally made it to this side of town. So.
Yeah. So what we're talking about today is, the lovely Skippy clothing.
This inappropriate video game right here.
Mm-hmm. It's a family video game like Hooters.
Yeah.
Hooters
You know what?
Family place.
I went to
When is adultes?
I went to Hooters and I was in Florida. I thought I was gonna really get an experience. I was very disappointed.
There's a Hooters across the street.
You know what? I would have been better off going to that one.
Yeah.
I mean, this is supposed to be Florida. I mean, come on. I mean, goodness.
Okay, so what I wanted to touch on, we were initially going to talk about.
Let's not use that phrase while we're talking about this.
Anyways,
Is
so
that
you
right?
no, so you remember during Evo 2017 when they were streaming it for Evo on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when Street Fighter came on, that some of the I think it was the broadcasters,
Mhm.
correct? They were complaining about
Cammy's attire.
Candy, yeah, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's a video game. Like it's not
Thank
a
you.
big deal.
It's a
Come
bit-
on.
it isn't like it doesn't meet our broadcasting
I
standards. But
said
we're
if,
like,
if you're
it's
looking at a video game character that's going like this constantly and you're getting turned on, then you got a problem.
And there's a reason why they have the ESRB ratings as mature or some kind of an adult. It's not made for little kids, so anybody who's watching is not supposed to be under the age of 17, I think. So,
yeah, Street Fighter
But
5 is only rated T.
but is ESPN technically a family network?
it's a sports network promoting physical sports. I mean, some parents don't like their kids playing baseball, which is little contact, let alone football, which is all contact. I think the
Everybody
problem.
go play golf.
Because I was watching the broadcast while I was driving, so I couldn't respond. But going back to what you were saying earlier about how they're not making games for kids anymore, is because these kids today they're so desensitized by what's on TV. You have The Walking Dead, you have all these vampire shows. It's like they're already seeing
Well, and
enough
to your
of
point,
it. So.
to your point, they're making games based off those shows. So
Yeah, exactly. So
Before I leave, you guys hyped for D2.
Destiny 2? Or what is
I think it is Destiny 2.
I'm hyped for it.
I'm hyped as long as I have friends to play with.
That's true.
But to be fair, it's going to be under Blizzard's, what is it, their BattleNet? Yeah, it's going to be under BattleNet, so I'll be able to download it there. And hopefully get to play with some of my friends that do.
CJ, if you're still on, do you want to come on the broadcast? I want to do this.
CG.
CJ.
Letters are hard.
I know. It's okay.
CG.
He's Nick Fury. He only has one eye.
Before
Aye.
I can't stand you.
Don't unleash the fury.
Okay, let's not do. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw the Michael Jackson punch too, but that was
By the
fun.
way, Nick isn't canon.
Anyway, CG, let us know if you want to come on the broadcast. We'll
You could just call me
Anthony, or I could CG Anthony. No, CG probably stands for something.
Computer gamer.
Yeah. Oh.
That is true. I forgot they are going to have.
Yeah,
that,
dude,
so you
that'd
can
be
find
cool.
people.
I'm more of a sport. Okay, let's just get you on because I want to see how this works.
Just tap it again. Come on. You need to cut your nails.
You can
I know. I need to cut my
get that
hair.
danger out of your hair.
Good enough. Like I even washed my hair today. That's what bugs me.
Oh, yeah, you get it for the year.
For the year. I've washed my hair once and I'm good for the year.
No, you get it for the year. Yeah.
No.
So
I do
but-
need to shave though. It's getting itchy.
yeah, I'm okay. Did you Chun-Li or Candy?
Chun-Li.
Yeah.
I had an
Did
Asian
you-
thing though.
Wait, Anthony, I just tried to bring you on the broadcast. Did you decline?
I was talking about her thunder toys that she had in the original Street Fighter. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Did you finally get to see him?
I looked it up when we were here.
I know, but I mean, like, did you like take
I
your
tried
time?
joining, but it didn't let me. Okay,
Right.
let's try it.
I was gonna be like, no, like, did you actually like try to find like footage of it? Because it's funny.
No, not yet.
Those thunder thighs. I was like, oh my lord, freaking like
Also, they'll be having matchmaking for all.
for PvP and PvE even raids. Yeah, that'll be good. Because I will say, like, I did have a hard time finding people in the first one.
Really?
That was just for me. Personally. I mean, I found people, but it's like they weren't consistent enough.
Shoot, I made a lot of
Anthony,
friends
if
in
you're
Destiny.
trying to come on, it's saying that you're
Man, I must be a
declining.
loner or something.
There was no. What in the first Destiny, like you made one friend, and then that
I
one
keep
friend
pressing
had
go
another friend.
live
They
and
got
it
a
doesn't
raid
work.
together, and then with that raid, like you made a bunch of other friends, and it just kept on going from there.
I think it was generally just because I played with everybody.
Let me
that
see
was
something
generally
really
around me.
quick.
So I didn't really reach out to other people. I mean, everybody works their own way.
Yeah.
Because I will say that I am planning to get a Final Fantasy 14 on PC soon,
Trying it one more time.
and for me to even remotely even want to play it, I do.
This
have a
is
lot of
stupid.
to
We
play.
can finally do this and it
But I'm not
won't
saying
work.
that's going to be the same thing for Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Because Destiny 2, they give you more ways to interact with people.
Yeah.
And plus, it's under Blizzard, they want nothing but interaction.
Sure.
He has to fix a setting on his phone. I don't know what the setting is. Oh, to allow it?
Possibly. I mean, they
That's
do.
pretty fun.
I mean, they do have settings that you can adjust that. But either
We're
way,
gonna test something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, I keep trying and it's not working. Okay, we're gonna test something real quick.
What am I doing?
Go and watch the broadcast.
Okay.
And
just
I'm gonna
comment
invite
something.
you. Yeah, and then comment.
I sound beautiful.
Oh, you sound better than you look. I'm sorry.
Wow. You hear this man right here?
All right. So it'll take another 30 seconds.
Okay.
Commenting while my comments.
Commenting while I'm watching my comments. Commenting while my. See, I didn't even. I was. Never mind.
Did you get it?
Invited.
Turn on. Turn your device. Turn your device.
You're worried to see like two Richards right now. It's gonna be crazy.
Turn your device to continue.
This is why I hate Facebook.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
the only thing it's letting me push is probably decline. It's not letting me touch that. Yeah, see, it only lets me.
Wow.
But how
I
dare
turned
you
off
decline
lock
it?
screen rotation on my phone. Okay. I'm gonna try you again.
We'll try one more time.
Yeah. We tried it, Anthony. We tried it with his, and you're right. Something it wouldn't let him.
There we go.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Yeah, we got
Hey!
Cut
What? Oh,
I got
actually-
completely cut out here. I'm just like, I'm just.
What's going on, boss?
What up?
That's pretty cool.
Oh no, I'm just like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like.
Congratulations, you are our first split screen live guest person.
Nice.
This. Greeted by Catherine herself.
Excuse you. I'm sorry. This is a family show.
That is not family oriented.
I know. This is
I
why-
can't even
this
see
is-
myself. Like,
Which is why
it's for.
I know.
somebody's
We
mom.
did everybody a favor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I should download like a gun app on my phone and then just go.
Anthony, in terms of what we were just talking about, do you think do you agree with the ratio of male to female fighters and male to female characters in video games? And would you play as a female, or do you generally stay towards the male spectrum?
I think I mostly play games where there's a male main character. I'm not too much into those fighting games. I mean, honestly, the closest thing I'll get to like combat games would be like Call of Duty. More of like the Madden, FIFA, just stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I'm more of a sports kind of guy. But I do like
Me
playing
too.
live on Call of Duty and stuff.
I'm more of a sports guy too. I get insulted by this guy here
Isn't there female
quite
rugby?
a bit because I tend to stay towards the Madden and the NBA and
Yeah,
WWE and all that stuff.
Well, the thing about the fighters, though, is that with a female form, you can only go so much before it starts to look like a dude. Like with a man, you can have like a little scrawny guy, but he's like hella quick, or you can have a really bulky guy, like say Eve or something, and just muscular all over. You can have different body types of dude, but with females, it can only go so buff or tone
Yeah.
before it starts looking kind of questionable. Of course, with the way society is today, that might be something they'd want.
Mm-hmm.
They want their
I know, but then we're just like here, la da 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 da. Well, in all honesty, like on how they look and everything nowadays, like I've seen it before. I mean, it's not really. I mean, Cammy's been wearing that thing for years.
Yeah.
And
I
you know,
thought
it's
that
like
was
they mentioned it now that it's a terrible thing,
very
not family
stupid.
oriented.
I thought that was very, very stupid. I'm like, she debuted in this outfit. What have you been looking at? And not just the
Breaking
Street
news.
not just the Street Fighter series, but every game she's been featured in. X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom. And that's what Carrie wear. I'm sorry. Ow.
He hurt himself.
Anyway.
Well, I gotta hand it to you, Christian. That must have really hurt, huh?
No.
Well, at least you nailed it.
Just ignore the redness. Anyway, so no, but yeah. So you said you tend to leave. Would you have you ever played Have you played Tomb Raider? I found it interesting. Bronson said he wouldn't play. Generally, kind of stays away from the games that require a female lead. Do you play? Have you played the Tomb Raider series at all? Anthony?
You know what? I feel like I've played every game back in the day, like on PlayStation 2. But nowadays I have an Xbox One, so I tend to just gravitate towards like the sports games, Call of Duty and stuff. I remember the old ones, like I said, back in the day on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1. But recently, no, I haven't really played any of those recently.
Got you. This last Tomb Raider title, and I think the reason why I've become so interested in it is because it's the last trailer on our DVD. But even before
For the
that,
past 7 months.
yeah, because it's a great game. But no, Rise of the Tomb Raider looks really, really good, and they actually say it's a throwback to the old PlayStation 2 Tomb Raiders. So I think I'm gonna check that.
It just looks
out.
more graphically enhanced.
Well, this storyline looks really, really good too. Yeah. So, but yeah. So, anyhow, anything else yet?
I mean, well, back touching on the ESPN thing, like, if they continue to to start showing games through Evo whenever it comes around every year, or anything that gets nearly as big as that viewer-wise, I wonder how they're going to take with the other games.
Eventually, I think what it's going to come down to is going to be a pay-per-view kind of thing now.
Yeah.
Instead of just being live broadcasts. You might
Sure.
actually have to pay for it. I mean, because
I'm not paying to watch people play Street Fighter.
I was like, why pay to watch it when I can?
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, no.
Again, you might have to pay for like the to be able to get into the live stream. Because it's getting to that big where they can.
I was like,
Somebody's going to try to capitalize on that. Where it'll be hosted by somewhere in Vegas, and they're going to be like, yeah, you can hold it here. We'll even pay you to hold it here. It's just we own the rights to broadcast. So whoever wants to see it, you have to pay like $15.
Yep. I mean, if it's 10, 15, that's fine. But I'm not going to pay $60 to watch a 2-minute fight.
Have you guys noticed that the people that are the best, like the very absolute best in the game, like a Street Fighter game, are absolutely awful in like most other games, like co-op player games? That is.
Sure.
I have a friend who like he can beat anybody in Street Fighter, but he could literally play like my little cousin in Madden and lose like 100 to literally like 100 to 0. I've noticed stuff like that.
I mean, I know I generally play fighters, but if I took my time to actually learn how to play the game correctly, then I'd probably be fine. I wouldn't suck as much as I can. You know what I should do? Hey, Christian, you know what? Let's do this. Let's grab a Madden game. Let me practice on it for a solid week. I'll challenge you to it, and if I beat you...
Which Madden?
Just name a Madden and I'll do it.
Pick your poison.
Madden 93. I'm all over it.
Pick
That was the last Madden I ever
No, man.
played. It was on Sega
No, I got you. NFL Blitz.
oh, you don't want it. You don't.
Oh, dude, I still have that. I have that hooked up in my living room right now on the Nintendo 64.
No, throw it back
See,
to
now,
it.
I didn't touch too many sports games, but I always like the fun ones, like, the street games or Blitz. Those games were
NFL
fun.
Street, yeah, that was a good game too.
Yeah.
Dude, when NBA Street came out, I was in freaking heaven.
Man,
I was like,
That was amazing.
yeah, like this is
Okay, well, how about this? How about if I challenge you to NFL Street?
NFL Street?
Yeah.
Or NBA Street?
NFL Street.
Okay, that's fine. You don't wash your hands, so I'm not shaking that.
I do wash my hands. You
Sorry.
don't wash your head enough.
So,
Where's your
All right,
polish?
guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys some other time.
all right, thanks a lot, man. We appreciate you coming on.
No problem.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Anyway, that was cool. Our first Split Screen live broadcast. Just that. Anyway, this has been pretty cool. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in, Rich.
Sure.
So we'll be back next Tuesday, same time, same place. BRE software, let the games begin. I think that's how that goes. If not, then I'll learn it and
think I'm
get,
gonna
it,
have-
get it
Let
right.
the games begin first.
Oh. Let the games begin.
You've been here for 2 years.
Woo!
So,
Yeah.
so
All right.
you've been here for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, it's not that we play it every day. I'll talk to you. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.